All right, so here we go. John Dat versus theeeDave in 3, 2, 1, pills. And we will be off and running with game number 1 in this best-of-3 match.
Dave playing on high. Has a very linear, sharp corner virus board here. Nothing too clustered. The big problem, I think, is going to be that lower left-hand corner. A lot of stuff clustered together. And when you have a full bottom row of viruses, garbage is definitely going to be a factor in your end game.
Yeah, especially when you have this situation where I'm seeing like that the bottom row is effectively yellows and blues, and that's about it. There's a couple of reds there spread out, but he's going to need good RNG to cooperate and give him a lot of blues and yellows if he wants to clear out that bottom row.
Meanwhile, JonDatFlindo with a big cluster on that top left corner of the board. Excuse me, really going to have to start grinding here. He's only got 3 yellow viruses left. 2 of them are buried. One's about to be cleared out. Has some good stuff, though, in that corner. But we see on theeeDave's side here, very, very clustered with yellow. I think he's aiming to try to get that horizontal blue. He does finally pull the trigger on that. I think he was also just trying to make as much progress as he could on that bottom section, since it looks like he had a bit of garbage. But he has dropped that garbage down since, and now is a very clean-looking board.
Yeah, he only has that 1 red remaining on the bottom. It looks like he'll probably set that up for a horizontal play. That does look like to be the case. John Dat having a little trouble, hoping to get a couple blues, but nothing's really cooperating on RNG. That yellow, ooh, that's a good set.
theeeDave had a very good setup and didn't go for it. He had, as JonDatFlindo added, about 1:31. Dave had a setup where he could have gone horizontal double blue and set up red on top of that blue that you see in column 1 and could have comboed out of it. Decided not to do it now, taking the double, but he could have fired that off a lot earlier.
Yeah, it could have been a lot earlier. Not having the best run on this end game here, but he will be out at 2:05. You kind of see there is a time differential of about 10 seconds. Ooh, and a good L clear there from John Dat. He gets down to 21. So while the one player may have the lead on time, it may be a little bit different. So we will kind of keep an eye on that.
I like that little emergency tuck down on row 1 that John did. John's big problem here, Ethan, again, is color shortage. He is down to his final blue and really not getting, up until now, any yellow to really bail him out.
Yeah, he's not getting much to do anything, because those reds are also particularly buried as well, because it's all yellow on top, and they can't really do anything with it. And now he's going to open them up. That opens up the reds. Now he can kind of get to work on it.
But as far as the time goes, as Virus League goes, it is still John. Dave looks to have encased some viruses along that bottom row, but he does drop down and has a good combo setup to get that blue on row 1. But now he really needs to start addressing that left side, Ethan.
Yeah, he's going to need a lot more red and blues to kind of come his way. Yellows aren't particularly helpful here, unfortunately.
And an interesting choice on that double red, Ethan. I would have definitely gone column 7 with that. That's essentially a free play. And any sort of isolated viruses like you see over on column 7, you want to take care of with doubles if you can. John down to his final virus here, and he is looking to be out at a 3:36, putting up a very good time. As Dave is looking to complete his board here. Just needs a few more pills, and he will be off to the races.
Yeah, he's had to deal with a little bit of drop time. RNG is going to cooperate with him, though. He's going to get that final red. He's going to be out at 4:02, not too far behind.
And John has hit some big misdrops here. He's going to have to clear out along that top row, which is always a scary proposition. But you see that right side's a bit jammed up. This might be the opportunity Dave was looking for, as he is starting to attack here with no reds really on his top line to speak of.
Yeah, he's got no reds right now, and the RNG is giving him a little bit more red than he'd like, but he's making the use of it, turning it into a bit of a palm tree, kind of help clear out some other viruses underneath, so he's making good plays with that. John Dat cleaned up his board a bit more. He's down to about 19 viruses. Looking pretty good here.
Dave's starting to go on a roll here. He's starting to get a double red burst and really making the most of it. He's going to get a 1-drop clear and then a 0-drop clear, immediately taking 4 viruses out. Good rally there as we're hitting the 5-minute mark. It's just a few virus lead here for JonDatFlindo.
Yeah, JonDat only holding up to about a 4 virus lead at this point. And he's looking pretty good here for his end game. He's got that blue garbage there in column 2, not something you really want to worry about right now, because you can still clear out those red viruses in another way. Now, looking on Dave's side of the board, he's already set up to clear out the right side. Looking pretty good.
Dave going for a tuck clear to get some blue off of the board. It is 9 viruses to 2, and John's board, again, looking relatively clean. He'll have to combo out to get that last blue in column number 8. And but now he is free and clear out at a 542. Very good run here so far from JonDat, as he's got 40 viruses to go, and this is an extremely speed-friendly board.
Yeah, this is a very friendly board. Just needs a couple of combos to help him out. Already getting some good 1-drops. theeeDave now out at 602, so he's about 20 seconds behind.
Little bracket clear there for John to just kind of keep some color diversity. Red's a bit of a problem. He has opened things up. Now blue a bit of a problem, but really making smart plays, setting up really low altitude garbage clears. And I think he's going to go for a cross drop there. He absolutely is at the 6.5 minute mark. And another great combo there by JonDatFlindo. His PB on this block is a 635. He won't be getting that here, but I really like this showing. He is blazing through this 9.
Yeah, he's having a really good time setting everything up, not getting too bogged down in any sort of delays or misplays or anything like that. And even the errors that he has had, he's managed to turn them around and do a really good job in keeping things flowing. And now he's down to his last 8 viruses. theeeDave now down to his last 18. It's about a 10 virus lead right now, but it's looking pretty good for JonDat.
Barring a blue burst of some sort, it does look like that John is going to take this first game down to his final 3, and he needs just the double would be a lot more helpful in another situation. But out at a 7:19, a below average time, but he does take game number 1.
Yeah, great job there from JonDat taking the first game. Difference of about 14 viruses there between him and theeeDave, so great game from both.
And you've got to keep in mind, too, theeeDave didn't know he was playing until literally a few hours ago. So, he probably hasn't put in that practice. So there's definitely some rust there. We might see him bounce back a little faster in that second game. But again, when you're given so little notice to get on in there. And Dave actually didn't realize that he had participated in this tournament. We were speaking in our judges group about it because of the DARS situation. And Dave was like, I didn't enter this year. And I had to show him that, yes, in fact, he did. He is 17. But he was like, oh, well, I'll have to go. And I'm like, you don't have to. I'll take your spot. Whatever. Because I was 18. So, all right. It's 1-0 here. The 6th seed JonDatFlindo versus the 11th seeded theeeDave. We have a ready and a 3 ready from theeeDave, so extra ready. We like to see that.
All right, and we'll be getting everything underway here with game number 2. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1, pills, and we're off. Game number 2 between JonDat and theeeDave. Not much of a good start for JonDat, though. Had to deal with a yellow-red that kind of hampered already hampering his progress right off the bat. But starting to clean things up a little bit. Yeah, now the red's starting to be a little bit of a bother.
Yeah, I was about to say, red's not the color you want. If John, you saw him hesitate for quite a long time with that blue-red, but he has made that work. Already down to 21 viruses. The virus lead here does belong to theeeDave, and he could do some real damage to this red-blue, and he sees it. He makes the play. Already down to 15 here as theeeDave trying to keep his hopes alive here, just down 1-0 to JonDatFlindo. And I don't know if Dave didn't see it, but he had an opportunity for a triple with that red-blue. Didn't take it. Really, and I understand why he might not have, because he has literally done next to nothing with columns 5 and 6. So he really would like to address that. But getting those wells cleared out for extraneous pieces is always a good strategy here. It hasn't slowed him down, though, Ethan, as he is in single digits first.
Yeah, he's already off to a great start. 7 to go right now. JonDat down to 8, so it's still pretty close right now. There's another combo from theeeDave. You can see he's buried that blue virus on the bottom row, so that's going to be a little bit of trouble, but that yellow piece will come in real handy right now. He's got a good endgame setup.
I think Dave's aiming for that horizontal. He's going to get it out at a minute 38. John's struggling here at the end of 6. Just so much blue in that corner that and he's not getting the pieces, but a good clear there to wipe out some of the damage by that bad RNG.
Yeah, that RNG was really suspect right there, but he's managed to overcome it, doing a pretty good job of dealing with it. He's going to have to deal with that blue virus up at the top before he can do anything else underneath. Looks like he's going to try for the horizontal play. He's going to get it. Okay, I see what he's setting up here. There we go. He's going to get out with a combo at 214.
However, it does look like theeeDave is starting to make a runaway here, up by about 7 viruses. He's going to start opening that center well up as well. Needs some blue help, but getting that column 4 opened up, definitely an advantage for Dave, as he's looking to start clearing those blues right in the meat and potatoes of his board. He'll get that double blue. He'll get the yellow. He's down to 15, really starting to sprint here.
Yeah, he's got a good way to go. Gonna have to deal with a lot of reds, and the way the RNG has been showing up, it's gonna be a red end game by all likelihood. So he's got to be careful with that. Good little tuck there. Yeah, now it's pretty much just he has to get all reds all the time, and looks like he's gonna get the right things to pop in. That's good. That'll open up the yellow there in column 7. So, yeah, he's got himself a pretty good end game. JonDat down to his final 14 here in level 7. Taking a look. Yeah.
I was going to say, you see that garbage in row 3, and he really hasn't gotten a chance to take care of it. Also, that overhanging yellow garbage in row 8, he's waiting on a yellow-red to get that off the board, or maybe even a double yellow. No drop time, a little bit more efficient. But Dave out at a 333. Make a wish.
Yeah, it's a really good job here from theeeDave. Now going into level 8. JonDat, he went for the tuck underneath and he missed it just a hair. So he'll have to settle for something a little bit. Gets the cross clear, so he's got an opening here. He'll be able to work out of it.
A bit of a blessing in disguise for John there. You could see the look on his face that he was far less than pleased with that outcome. But he's down to his final 3 viruses. Dave making some smart tuck plays, starting to get that overhanging right part of his 8 down, already at 27 viruses. So he has been playing completely out here. As we hit 4 minutes and 20 seconds, JonDatFlindo is currently down by double digits.
Yeah, it's about a 10, 11 virus lead right now for theeeDave. But it's still relatively close as they are starting to get into that meat and potato section of level 8. Here comes a nice double into a triple. Great clear there, but it's only going to give him about an 8 virus lead for theeeDave at the moment. So he's doing a great job doing the combos, but it's not really doing anything with theeeDave.
theeeDave right now, looking at his board, now he's really starting to get into some good stuff. If you see that lower corner, that is an end game dream right there. Just so many doubles, and he could go either way with it. He's going to go horizontal, which I think is the right call. That's going to reduce drop time, and off he goes there. Kind of messed up that red a little bit, but not too big of a problem, as it looks like he's just going to go vertically on it. He just needs a couple more here, and he is going to be absolutely through. But we see John making a great effort here. But Dave out at about a 532. But Dave first into 9.
Davis first into 9, but JonDat has closed the gap. It's now about a 7 or 6 virus lead for theeeDave at the moment. Oh, there's going to be a nice 1-drop clear. He just needs a couple of yellows.
I think he's going to need more than a couple, but definitely needs the yellow support.
No, that's a good overhang there to get the drop, and now he's out at 6 minutes, so he's not far behind at all.
theeeDave here just absolutely crushed with yellow on his top line. Having to make the best of the situation here, really forcing some tuck plays, which is a little bit more of a dangerous proposition on high speed. You always run that risk of something locking in a little early. But it looks like he is down to 30 viruses. But again, not getting that favorable RNG. JonDatFlindo needing some red here to really open up his board. And now here come the yellows for Dave. So it is a 2-virus lead for Dave. And now getting that well and 3 open is absolutely huge, Ethan. Is now John has really good access to his board.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good access. He's already starting to clear out that right side. Looks like the good tuck there. It's going to set up for the reds underneath there in 1 and 2. And he's setting up the yellow-blue to kind of clear up on the top side. Looking very good there. This is a really good situation here for JonDat. If he gets a good blue setup, yeah, he's already setting things up for a combo here. Here it comes. There it is. A huge combo there. Puts him into the lead.
But theeeDave still fighting here. He's had to drop garbage down his board, but after what was a very troublesome start, just by way of RNG, he has started to figure some stuff out here. And is now going to garbage drop. That drill drop will be a little beneficial, but he is still going to have to deal with garbage here throughout the rest of this end game. As we hit 7.5 minutes, it looks like JonDat has hit single digits first. Looks like he might be running away with this, but a great effort here by theeeDave, as it looks like one more red, and it will be game end match JonDatFlindo. And there it is. A 7:53 for JonDatFlindo. Had a really, really rough start. Borderline disastrous start on 7, but managed to get it done.
Yeah, did a great job there, mounting the comeback through level 8 into level 9. Got the lead after theeeDave had a little bit of struggle on that last bit. But yeah, great job from JonDat. theeeDave, great job on keeping it very close.
And Savage Octagon reminding me, John, if you could stand up for a second, we want to see that Fat Log shirt. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Oh, he's checking his pulse. But you do see that Fat Log shirt he's got. But theeeDave had just 6, 7, and 8 were very good. 9 was not. And he just got hampered early on. But a big win there for JonDatFlindo. Almost had to take that to a decider. But thankfully, for John at least, he goes on. theeeDave getting a nice appearance here in the brackets. We love seeing theeeDave, one of our new.
There you go. There's your Fat Log shirt.
There's your Fat Log shirt. All right, folks. When we come back, it's our final match. That's right. It's our final match in the first round. We were going quick. We had 5 matches for you last night. It will be, if my bracket is correct, it'll be our top seed Influx versus our own commentator, John Nash. That'll be coming up for you right after this. Don't go anywhere.